What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and as the news around Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker starts to peter out, there was a little story. A fun little back and forth where, good Lord, please help me, Joonas Suotamo, Joonas Suotamo, I'm going to say that's his name. He is the actor that has been recently playing Chewbacca, and from all signs, really loves Star Wars. A brief look across his timeline. It's all pro Star Wars stuff. He's shilling the movie like he should because he's an actor in it. And, you know, he's more than just a dude in a suit, the man behind a mask. He very clearly loves Star Wars. And he, like many of us, doesn't like it being co-opted by people who want to push their agenda. Now, there was a series of tweets collected by Data Racer at DataRacer117, who is a solid follow for anything pop culture related on Twitter, pointing out that Star Wars actor Joonas Suotamo called SJW's, quote, fake fans and toxic liars. So good. Let me read that again. Star Wars actor Joonas Suotamo called SJWs fake fans and toxic liars. Why? Because feminists are calling Rey's arc in Rise of the Skywalker abusive to women, and Chewbacca is tired of their agenda. That's right. Now, if we look at some of the tweets, now I talked about this over the weekend, I believe, so if you missed that video, you might have to go back to Saturday's video where I covered entirely kind of the Twitter agenda going around this movie, but it started with a thread that in many ways was promoted by Twitter by Claudia Aminabar. I don't know. It's not mispronouncing that on purpose. Let's just call this person Claudia. It starts out, I could write a thesis on the absolute effing terrible messages about female power in Rise of the Skywalker. But all I'll say is I would under no circumstances want any little girls to watch this movie. Now, that statement in and of itself is absurd. Of course, you would want little girls and little boys to watch this movie. And what could you possibly have to complain about in terms of Jesus, Mary, Sue, Rey? All-powerful, flawless, super-powered, the power to restore life, resurrected. There is no end to the amount of good vibes coming around this Mary Sue character. They go on. Every single woman's arc is about developing a man. The most powerful woman in the universe's power is revealed to come from and be tied to a man. That's incorrect. It's tied to the Force, obviously. She is made to doubt her power and herself and only overcomes with the help from a man. Imagine seeing the world through this lens. Imagine being this delusional, this sad, this desperate to push an agenda, and they continue. Rey's power and rage is painted as hate and is not justified female anger in the face of injustices. She becomes a damsel in distress at one point. That's right, because she's not Mary Sue enough for Claudia, apparently suffering any. I mean, even though she single-handedly defeated the most powerful villain in history, basically, that wasn't enough. The fact that Rey's character had any struggle whatsoever was negative. The idea that Rey's power and rage is painted as hate, I didn't view it that way. Did you view it that way? The more these crazy people continue to rant and rage against this movie, the more I'm starting to like it. They continue. God forbid a woman have almost unlimited power, want to use it for justice and not be penalized heavily for it. The Force is, and always has been, a dangerous thing to wield. That's why only Jedi can do it. There are always, I mean, we can look at in our own world how each action has an equal and opposite reaction, right? We know that when using the Force, there are things in play that are beyond their control as Jedi, again, in this space opera movie. They continue. Hey, J.J. Abrams, I want to talk about why she has to kiss the man manipulating and abusing her the entire movie, but not her force-sensitive black friend who continuously makes sure she is okay and cares for and affirms her. What's up with that, J.J. Abrams? Well, we could just say, friend zoned, right? You don't get the girl in the friend zone. That's why it's called, say it with me, being friend zoned. Friend zone, friend zone. That character has never really been the interest of Rey. And the idea that this person, Claudia, mentions his skin color is curious to me. It's like, why didn't you have her kiss the black guy? Just another oppressive move by Big Hollywood or something like that. And then Gabrielle chimes in. The only good thing about this movie was Chewie finally getting his medal. But then Joonas, again, the actor that plays Chewbacca, I believe in, The Last Jedi, Rey Solo, a Star Wars story, and The Rise of Skywalker, simply replies, I don't really appreciate your agenda. Spicy. Now, there's actually an even better reply that points out the fact. Now, to Gabrielle replies immediately, apologizing. I'm sorry if I offended you. I loved your performance in the movie, but let me explain. She goes on. I'm sorry if I offended you, Suotamo, but this is the way I feel about the movie. I totally respect your performance and craftsmanship of everyone involved in this movie, but I had a real problem with its writing. I don't know how it ended. Rey, Ben, Finn, Rose, and Poe's arcs. I had huge hopes for it, but was disappointed with how it happened and how it ended. Rose being sidelined was sad and offensive. Why is her being sidelined being offensive? She was a throwaway character. The best way I could describe her role in the Last Jedi was as comedic relief. Poe, a Latino man, being a smuggler, and Finn barely having a storyline. So again, it's all about their skin color. It's as if she wanted the script to be written for a certain skin color rather than just a person. Imagine my shock. But Joonas wasn't done, and he absolutely encapsulates so much. And if you haven't enjoyed this take yet, if you do, remember to leave a like on this, leave a comment on this. I'm going to tag Joonas in this video. He may not like it either, because he might look at my channel and see all the videos critical of the Rise of Skywalker, and that's okay. But what he says here is 100% true. He replies to Claudia's original thread. Toxic fandom is built on the same straw men that this thread is abundant with. Deceptively insinuating to be a fan, this writer uses misleading claims to sow confusion amongst people who want to enjoy a story for what it is. Please find better things to do. Peace. Whoa! The Hollywood actor himself responds to the claim. And this is all off the back of the Star Wars Shadow Council penning an op-ed saying Star Wars Rise of Skywalker glorifies abuse against women, which is, of course, it doesn't. At no point does the movie do this. And the author of this piece relies exclusively on a single book and bends and twists and turns the reality of Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, to fit their narrative, talking about things like physical aggression by a man towards his partner. And it isn't like a partner v partner thing. It's like two enemies battling and standing tall against each other. Rey, if anything, gets the best of Kylo and, of Palpatine. What else do you want? Just because she's a woman, things are different for her. I would be shocked if you found any legitimate fan of this movie, and of which there are millions, that came away from the film feeling like, yeah, it's probably cool if I hit a girl. It's probably cool if I treat women like trash, because Star Wars did it. For Joonas, I look through his feed and he's like the typical Hollywood elite kind of stuff. But more than anything, you can see he definitely loves Star Wars. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. You only really want to you don't have to agree with everyone's political stances. That's the problem with a lot of these fake fans. Look, I don't care who somebody voted for. If they enjoy Tombstone and I enjoy Tombstone, we're going to talk about it and enjoy the movie. If you enjoy Star Wars and I enjoy Star Wars, nothing else should matter. And, you know, trying to give credit where credit is due here. I want to thank him for standing up. I want to thank him for calling out fake fandom when he is inevitably here probably looking to get some backlash for daring to speak out against it. But he's right. The fact that this is a toxic fandom that is built on the same straw men that this thread is abundant with. He's not calling us the toxic fans. He's calling the agenda pushers. He's calling the people that would write this article from the Star Wars Shadow Council. He's calling SJWs toxic fans. He's not calling the white males fans. And it's so refreshing to see. I really hope he doesn't get any backlash. Thumbs up, Joonas. Best of luck to you. Hope that you get better writing the next time around, and we'll talk to you again real soon.